Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Without spoiling too much, this face haunts my dreams in X-Men 97. It is a face that is heavily in the new plot of the new season of a show that took almost 20 years off and now is fresh back with some truly serious and adult-themed plots that would put most new Marvel movies that feel more like bad D-list slapstick comedies with very little stakes to shame. Mr. Sinister is evolving. Mr. Sinister is demanding, with his new buff, that you utilize tech champs with heal block. And I believe that this is going to be something that Kabam really wants us to keep in mind for incursions as well. You see, Hercules is not great against Mr. Sinister, especially after the buff. Neither is Hulk. And those are my two go-tos after a certain point in incursions. I'll have Hercules, I'll have Hulk, and then I'll have Heimdall. Because those crits, along with debuffs, and not being a tech champ, and certainly not having heal block, they're just not going to work. And it's not like you can just change who the boss is because you don't like a zone in a sector of incursions. And Kabam, they're kind of masterminds when it comes to evolving the game. I try to explain this to my brother. Because if you think that this is just the same kind of game over and over again that you've been playing for 8 years, then yeah, there's no reason why I shouldn't be the best I've ever been at anything in the game. Why do I still feel like I suck? Well, in truth, sometimes that's just, I should just be better. That's just user error on my end. But we all know this. Kabam creates a new champion with new mechanics that we've never seen before, and it feels like a different game. And then for a while, there's nothing to counter that champion, even our best previous champions we ranked up, until, say, for example, Bullseye and the Negasonic Teenage Mutant Warhead. Suddenly we've got a new champion that it'll be the haves and the have-nots between who can afford her as a Valiant. Of course, you have to be Valiant too. $100 6-star early access bundle offer, and those who can't, and they will be used immediately in Battlegrounds decks for those that are blessed enough to have her, and then everybody else will have to jump toward saving and hoarding crystal shards. And I will say, if you're not Valiant and you won't have a chance to afford or take advantage of the Valiant early access bundle in May, start saving all your 6-star shards for featured crystals when they reset. And they're not going to reset for a while. When we jump from this screen to the games, we're reminded that the featured crystal is still pretty dang new. So if you're looking to chase after this Negasonic champion, you're going to have to wait another month plus from the time of recording this, and certainly from the time that the new content comes out. So I'm going to concentrate on the champs that we can look to rank up. Now, I do think Omega Sentinel is going to be one of them. I knew there was a reason why I hadn't ascended her, and that reason is now that I'm going to take her to rank 3 and awaken her during Omega Days, and she will be not only a solid defender when the opponent doesn't have the best cosmic counter, when they don't have Gallon or Herc or Hulkling to take her down. Though I will say, if you don't play correctly, or Cosmic Ghost Rider, I should definitely throw in. Cosmic Ghost Rider is probably number 1. But if you don't have one of those, and Omega Sentinel pops up, and I have won and lost more Battlegrounds matches in the very last pick. Whoever has that last pick and the other person's roster is already solidified. Like, I got Kindred this week as the last champ that popped up, and I went 3 rounds, and that Kindred fight won me the match. Had Kindred not popped up in the last one, I probably would have lost. So, future Ant-Man is a champ I'm going to think about ascending. Obviously, you've got some heal reversal staples like Warlock, but for my money, because I also... Lady D is a champion that I may ascend. The issue is with her, you really need to to keep in mind that when it comes to tags, she is metal, but not a robot. So when you look at the tech champ and you think about robot champions with heal block, Warlock and Omega Sentinel, along with my girl Nebula, who also is going to be eventually a rank 5 candidate, although on defense she is not good. So that's part of why if the tie goes to the runner, go with the person who's a better defender in Battlegrounds, and Omega Sentinel is head and shoulders a better defender than Nebula. And for that matter, Omega Sentinel is head and shoulders above the next champ I want to rank up, which is Ultron. But robots that have heal block, don't lose sight on suddenly this guy becoming more valuable. OG Vision, somebody that still hits like a wet noodle, as the players and community have called him for years, and rightfully so. But he gets a lot more value in certain matchups suddenly, and that certain matchup, of course, is Mr. Sinister. And so I look for this small handful of champs to be champs that you all watching this want to rank up. Start with one and then expand. If Warlock's the only champ you can rank up first, go for it. But personally, I think Nebula, Ultron, Omega Sentinel, and OG Vision get a huge improvement. Now, what about Nimgod? He seems like someone who might be a natural. Well, depending on how big of a point that heal block is, maybe not. We'll have to test it out and see. I feel better about Omega Sentinel, Ultron, Nebula, Warlock, and OG Vision, personally. Now, what about Viv Vision? She also gets more value. I hate fighting Viv Vision. I'm so bad against her. If I don't have one of those aforementioned cosmic attackers like Cosmic Ghost Rider, I am just screwed. And I can't dex her specials to save my life. That's one of those examples where I know in my head I should be better, and I'm just not. I say the same thing every time. I still get wrecked by an unblockable Korg Special 1. There are people on YouTube who have mastered the timing, and I get wrecked every single time. Not making you try to feel bad for me. That's absolutely on me. But that's just the nature of my skills or lack thereof. So Mr. Sinister is about to change MCOC forever, and if you don't rank up a robot tech champ with heal block, you might feel yourself caught off guard for it. So let this video be a reminder, a warning shot, if you will. And otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day.